Shiza and Sarah had been inseparable for over 20 years. They had shared countless memories, from childhood adventures to the challenges of adulthood. Despite their different personalities, Shiza being the calm and reflective one, and Sarah the spirited and energetic one, their bond was unbreakable. Their friendship was a testament to the Quranic verse, "Hold firmly to the rope of Allah altogether, and do not become divided." Qur'an 3:103. One day, Sarah came to Shiza, visibly distressed. Life had been overwhelming her. Work deadlines, family responsibilities, and the constant noise of the world had left her feeling lost and anxious. She confided in Shiza, "I feel like I'm drowning. How do you always stay so calm?" Shiza smiled gently and said, "It's not about avoiding the storm, Sarah. It's about finding peace within it. Let me show you something." Shiza took Sarah to a small, serene garden near their neighborhood. It was a quiet place, filled with blooming flowers, tall trees, and the soothing sound of a flowing fountain. They sat on a bench, and Shiza began to share her secret. "Do you remember this verse from the Qur'an?" Shiza asked. "Verily, in the remembrance of Allah do hearts find rest." Qur'an 13:28. Sarah nodded, her eyes softening as she listened. Shiza continued, "Whenever I feel overwhelmed, I come here. I sit in silence, reflect on Allah's blessings, and recite His words. It reminds me that He is in control, and that brings me peace." Sarah sighed, "But how do I let go of all the worries? They feel so heavy." Shiza reached into her bag and pulled out a small Qur'an. She opened it to a verse, "And He will provide him from sources he could never imagine, and whoever puts their trust in Allah, then He will suffice them." Qur'an 65:3. Trust in Allah, Sarah. When you feel like the world is too much, turn to Him. Pray, make dua, and remember that He is Al-Wakil, the ultimate trustee. He will take care of everything. Sarah felt tears welling up in her eyes. She had been so caught up in her struggles that she had forgotten to turn to Allah. She whispered, "You're right. I've been trying to carry everything on my own." Shiza placed a comforting hand on Sarah's shoulder. "You're never alone, Sarah. Allah is always with you, and so am I. Let's make a promise to remind each other of this whenever life gets tough." From that day on, Sarah and Shiza made it a habit to visit the garden together. They would sit in silence, recite Quranic verses, and share their thoughts. Sarah began to find solace in the words of Allah, and her heart grew lighter. She realized that inner peace wasn't about escaping life's challenges, but about facing them with faith and trust in Allah. One evening, as the sun set and painted the sky in hues of orange and pink, Sarah turned to Shiza and said, "Thank you for showing me the way to inner peace. I feel like I've found myself again." Shiza smiled and replied, "It was always within you, Sarah. Sometimes we just need a reminder to look within and connect with Allah." As they walked out of the garden, hand in hand, Sarah recited a verse she had come to love. "So remember me, I will remember you, and be grateful to me, and do not deny me." Qur'an 2:152. Their friendship, strengthened by faith and shared moments of reflection, became a source of comfort and inspiration for both of them. Together, they learned that true inner peace comes from trusting Allah and holding on to His guidance, no matter what life brings. This story highlights the importance of faith, friendship, and turning to Allah in times of difficulty. It reminds us that inner peace is attainable through remembrance of Allah and trust in His plan.